It says this meeting is streaming. Woo! Super, super excited about that. I am going on Do Not Disturb because as soon as I go live, I feel like everyone wants to say something to me, as I'm sure you're aware. Mark Simpson, the infamous Mark Simpson, multiple best-selling author,
Get this
founder
up.
of Boostly. Look at this. I love it. Yes.
They're on tap. They are ready to go.
Oh, I'm so excited. Mark, what a journey this has been for you, for me this past year. We got to finally see each other in person and just so super excited. I wanted to leverage that little in-person connection, which was huge for me and just so heartwarming, into a summit so that others within our community who didn't get to, meet face to face, they can get a little taste of what everyone is like. Because you know what? I don't want to be stingy and hold it all to myself. I want everyone to experience the awesomeness of my community, and you are a big part of it. Mark, thank you so much. So much for being a part of the summit.
No, it's my pleasure. I feel like we've gone on this really nice arc and journey together because obviously we worked together a little bit earlier in the year, and then we met at the STR Summit, which was STR Wealth event, which was great, and now doing this. So yeah, thanks so much for having me part of it. It's such a great idea. I can only imagine the amount of conversations behind the scenes and the thing to put together something like this. So a massive respect to you for doing it, and yeah, I really hope that my little bit that I do resonates with people. And so, yeah, I'm really excited for it. So thank you again.
Oh man. And I appreciate that because, it does take a lot of moving pieces, but I think it's well worth it. And you've seen a little bit of the behind the scenes and you've commented on how well put together it was. And I'm grateful for that because I look to you for marketing expertise. And if you're telling me that things are spot on, I'm feeling like, okay, great. We're putting something together that is high quality for the people. What are your thoughts about that?
Oh, no, I've said it many times, behind the scenes and in front of the sscenes and all everywhere. I love what you're doing, the team you've got, and how you put things together, and the results are paying off. So yeah, I'm well done. Like I think that Boostly is like doing kind of cool things behind the scenes, but I see what you're doing and everything, and I just think it's amazing. So tip of the hat, so to say.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. And I did want to touch on that because I did get a question like, well, it's going to be so short, 60 second. Is there anything to learn here? Is there any quality here? And, you got to think to yourself, not everything has to take forever to learn, to understand, or to even identify before you move forward. You may say, you know what, I want to know if this is even for me, So not everything has to take forever. Not everything has to be uber expensive, right?
Yeah.
Without leaving your seat, you can actually consume this content 60 seconds at a time. That's an hour. We do have a few bonus sections, so maybe 65 minutes. But nevertheless, we're at a point, and I think in our lives where we need to get the information quick. We need to, leverage our time. So enough of the fluff, right? There's no fluff here.
There's no room. There's no room for fluff, and it gives you a lot of pressure to get it in that time. And for those who think that you need to sort of really go through long form, there's something really interesting that happened last week. And last week was the first time ever with the Gen Z generation. Gen Z goes up to 25 now, where they watched more TikTok than they did YouTube. It surpassed it on that day. So and what does that tell you? Well, TikToks, you have to be quick. You get a couple of minutes, where in terms of a YouTube video, they can go on for quite a while. So people, it is changing. And for us as like people are trying to educate the industry, wherever we are coming and educating, and in mine's obviously direct bookings. When you say 60 seconds, you're like, wow, you got to get it all in there, punchy to the point, but you want to be remembered because then you've got 60 other people. So it's 59 other people. So yeah, it's a really good idea. And I'm really interested to watch. Me personally, I'm so intrigued to watch the full version because I know I'm going to learn a ton. So I'm excited.
Oh yeah. And you're right. I have no words to express how awesome this is going to be. The content is rich. And so, Mark, what it required our experts to do is to reprioritize. So maybe I can't speak about these 30 things, but this one thing, or maybe these two things, they had to really think, what really moves the needle? What are the biggest mistakes that I'm seeing? What's the one strategy that I've seen, that I've experienced that really makes all the difference? right? So you got to get
Mhm.
laser focused. And I think a lot of times we sometimes in the industry, we get wrapped up in, all of the to-dos and all of the little things, but what are the things that are going to drive your business and really move the needle? And to have that all in one place, oh my goodness.
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, for me, this book has got 101 tips. This is like 101 tips. So I pick like the one that's going to have the biggest quick win, because I feel like with the quickest win, if somebody really likes it, but most importantly puts it to practice and it actually gets a result, then they'll want to dig down the rabbit hole and find out. I've got 500 hours worth of content on YouTube. Like there's a lot out there. So there's a lot of stuff, but like to dial it all down to a minute, I just want to pick the best one that I feel like will have the biggest impact. So I'm excited to see the results from it.
And what I love about yours, and we're not going to spill all of the tea, was that you gave a tip that anyone can do today. You didn't have to have a fancy SEO website built, because that's, what we're expecting from someone like you, like a nice fancy SEO driven, all the things. No, you gave us a tip that we can use today. And that is what I absolutely love about it. So I cannot wait for the members of the community to have a look and have a listen at that.
Yeah, absolutely. No spilling the tea at all. It's going to be tightly in a beaker. It's keeping it all in. We are not going to reveal it in any way until the big day.
Oh my goodness. So to me, there's no doubt that this is going to be the best of the best virtual summit of the year. I cannot wait. Mark, it is $47, right? Early bird was $27. Now it's $47. And what I love about what John
people have missed it. I can't believe people have missed it. I was shouting from the rooftops on the last day. I was like sending WhatsApp messages to people. I saying, you've got to get on this now because you're going to be paying double for it. So if you've got on the early bird, well done. And if you're in the VIP, extra well done. But for everybody else, you still got to jump in, because $47 is crazy value. It's what? It's like, hang on a second, my math is really poor. So it's just under $1 an expert.
Under $1 an expert, like 72 cents per expert.
That's good maths. That's amazing maths. Yeah, 72 cents per expert. I mean, come on, that's less than a bottle of water. That's crazy.
Oh my goodness. I'm just super, super stoked, super, super excited. And I know it's that time of evening for you. If you want to jump off, feel free to do so. I do have a couple of others that are going to be jumping on. I've got to kind of keep an eye out for them because we're having some tech gremlin.
I will stick around in the background. I've got the boys to bed. So I'm in the UK. If anybody can tell from my accent, I'm obviously in the United Kingdom. So yeah, my little boys are in bed. We've got the Harry Potter audible just gone smoothly put them to sleep. So I'm sticking around. I'm going to see these other amazing experts that are jumping in. I hear there's some friends that are jumping in, so I'll stick around. I'm more than happy to.
This is awesome. Okay, so let me do this. It does look like Sarah.
Okay, I'll turn my video off. I will jump off. I'll be in the background if you need me.
Oh man, no, you can stay on, my friend.
Oh, okay, man. This will be good.
Okay, so awesome. So I think Sarah's in another room. I do not want to miss her. Oh my gosh, super, super stoked about that. Let me.
So while we're waiting, everybody can go pick up a copy of this or a copy of this Hospitable Host, where me and Rachel both featured on. And come and say hi. I don't know how good my padding skills are. I feel like I need to.
Your what skills?
My padding skills. So when you're
padding
in that sort of live, it's like the clubhouse skill that you gained. When we did all the clubhouse rooms and you.
I know. No, it's good stuff, because actually that book is one that we send to our members of our community in the academy, because that is the playbook, right? Who wants to reinvent the wheel? Why reinvent the wheel? Okay, awesome. Sarah is jumping on. Okay, she's in. I'm here panicking to my team. Sarah's in another room. Sarah, come on, camera girl.
Can see it coming. Well, look at
Annette
this.
and Sarah. It just said Sarah's name. So yay!
That happens. Hello.
How amazing to have you guys with us. And we have the amazing Mark Simpson too. He's in the UK. The boys are in bed, so he gets to hang out with us for a bit. Welcome, ladies.
What's going on? Long time no see.
I know.
Not really. Hello,
I
Mark.
feel
How are you?
like it. I miss you guys. That was too much fun.
It was a
Too
lot of fun.
much. What? Oh my gosh. So I was just talking to Mark about this crazy summit that we put together here, ladies. 60 experts in 60 minutes, about $47, less than $1 per expert.
Right. What is that math? You're the math genius, Rachel. Come
Your
on.
spreadsheet.
I think it did like 70 something cents per.
Okay. I
But
like it.
before it was like 22 cents. Before the early bird was like 22 cents per because it was 27 bucks.
Wow.
No,
Okay.
50
It's a
something cents.
deal.
Steal of a deal.
A steal of a deal. So I'm just so honored. I'm just so honored to have some of the top experts in the industry sharing the stage with us, just completely giving their all, compressed down to 60 seconds, their absolute best, the one thing that moves the needle, something that is so actionable that they can start making changes right now. And that was the point of the summit, is to help others to realize everything is figure outable. If there's something out there that you don't know, well, someone knows how to do that. Someone knows how to navigate it. And I get a lot of people in healthcare saying, well, I don't know what I don't know. Well, everything you don't know is going to be in the summit. At least you're going to get a glimpse of it. And then you can say, okay, I may need to dig deeper over here or over there or over here or over there. So it's like a potpourri of expertise, again, all condensed down to 60 seconds. So no room for fluff. We're not about that fluff life anymore. And oh man, why is my team
Pinging
Got to
you.
turn those notifications off.
I'm on do not disturb, so I need to figure out
it
how
has a mind of its
still-
own.
It has a mind of its own.
It does. I'll go with you there.
But ladies, let me let you take away. Introduce yourself to the people, please.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So I'm Sarah Karakayan.
I'm Annette Grant, and together we are. Thanks for visiting.
And yeah, we're just two women, you know.
We just want to invest in real estate and share the wealth, physical wealth, and the just the freedom that short-term rentals can bring.
Yeah.
So we are here. Let's do it.
Oh man. And I think this summit is really in line with you guys because I never walk away from your podcast episode without action steps. It's like, okay, this is exactly how the guest did such and such. You guys really go deep. And so if you guys aren't listening to the thanks for visiting.
It's okay. Everybody messes it up. Even Mark over there.
My days, it still haunts me.
And I'm going to remind
Stop.
you.
It's
No,
still,
that was-
it's not but
No.
but it still haunts me to the day. I
You
listened
did
to that
not
back.
have to share the stage with us, but we're thankful you did.
Oh my
but-
goodness.
So thanks for visiting
I love
podcast,
it.
but thanks for
Yeah.
giving. It's like it all works hand in hand.
Yeah,
So we're
we're just
here
all
for
like
it.
being
It's
grateful.
like the roll of a tongue. It's weird. It's like, I know thanks for visiting. And I see it. I see your pineapple. I see
It's
the
okay.
beautiful
It's all good.
scribing. And I'm still saying crazy stuff.
No,
But
now we said
let
it
me
multiple
just-
times. So now we're good.
Yep.
Gives us more of an opportunity to say it over and over.
And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Jeff, I see you. Hello, hello. We have some people who are joining. Facebook user, please update your name for me. I'm using something called Restream. So if you go to chat.restream.io/Facebook, I'll see your name and I can interact with you a little bit better. But Facebook user says, hey, Mark, just finishing your book on audio. So much to go back and go through when I get the hard copy, right? It's actionable. You kind of have to, hold it.
I've got
to
the
make sure
insights that person's called Michael. I've got the insights. I've got
Oh,
the inside
Michael.
inside scoop. So,
Awesome.
thank you,
I
Michael.
love that. And I have Angel. Angel, welcome. Angel says hello. Angel, I haven't met you yet, but I'm Rachel. Meet Mark. And we have Annette and Sarah from Thanks for Visiting. Super
Hello,
excited.
Angel. Thanks for joining us live.
Yes. And
Love
you guys are like celebrities in
We'll
this
take it.
space.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Y'all are celebrities.
Do we get
I
a
love
writer?
it.
Do we get like a celebrity writer when we enter these Zoom rooms?
Yeah, we may need to
We like
set it up.
coffees
'cause
waiting. Okay.
legit.
Just
Oh
joking.
my goodness. You guys hear my team? I'm like, oh my gosh.
It's okay. It's okay.
Um,
Rachel, we need to say thank you. You left us, just since we are talking to everybody, you gave me a book recommendation when I last saw you of Who Not How.
What do
And
you
I
think?
have devoured the audio. I listened to it on like one plane trip and it we're adding to our team as we speak. So I want to thank you for that. So anybody listening, obviously first get Mark's book. Do
so
that
good.
first and foremost. So get that first. But after you get the book direct, you are going to need some people to help you implement some things. So you could, because you're going to be getting so many direct bookings, you're going to want to take it to the next level. And I do recommend the same book that Rachel gave to Sarah and I, which is Who Not How. And that really is helpful. Even if you're just getting started in your short-term rental journey, it's like Who Not How. Come listen to the 60 experts. There's a lot of who's in the room. So I just want to thank you for that recommendation. And hopefully other people can take that book and learn from it also.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. It really moved the needle for me. And I know Mark has some good book recommendations as well. I need to read some. The one from Mike McAllowitz.
Mr. Clockwork. Yeah, very similar vein type of, very similar vein. But I think that the core message from both is we can't do it ourselves. You can't, as much as you want to wear all the hats, you want to spin all the plates, you gotta make sure that you've got your systems and things in place and get the peoples, and yeah, you'll do well. Nice recommendations. Those are two amazing books.
Yeah, absolutely. And so with that being said, I love that conversation. We do have a lot of who's in the room. So Annette and Sarah, so what about us DIYers? We're in healthcare. Some of us do make a good income, but here we are laying tile on the floor, trying to do flooring, watching YouTube University, messing up, all the things. And learn, and ultimately paying double because now someone has to undo your work and redo it. So what are some tips that you would give to that individual who feels as though, what, I do have a little income, I can probably swing it, but I can probably do this myself. Why would I, first of all, hire someone to speak with guests, when I can do it myself? Why would I hire someone to clean a property? I know how to clean. Why would I hire, someone to do maintenance? I can look it up on YouTube just like anyone else. And remember, a lot of my audience are healthcare professionals. So if you can talk a little bit about that, when to outsource, why to outsource, what have you done in your business that you've seen to be successful? Take it away.
Sarah, you're a big DIYer, used to be. So why don't you
No,
take
I'm
this one?
anti-DIY now.
Now you are.
I see DIY on Instagram. I'm like, it's the devil. Because what's your zone of genius? What do you bring to your life that feeds your soul? And know that those things that might start being that demon and, because you don't love doing it. And so you get mad at it, right? And then that's when you experience what we like to call hosting burnout. Real estate and short-term rentals and midterm rentals, it's not passive income, and it's quite active income. And so be in your zone of genius. That's when the real magic can happen. And that is when you allow yourself to focus on those things that, bring in all the good energy. But that being said, I'm here for Who Not How. I'm here for not DIYing all the things. But I want you to all remember, though, at the end of the day, you're still the CEO of your business, and your business is that house. And so while you outsource, we also have a saying, trust but verify. So at the end of the day, it's not your contractor's fault or the tradesperson's fault or your cleaner's fault. At the end of the day, take responsibility. How can you make all these things work? How can you have some systems in place so you can trust but verify all the things that are happening in your business?
Oh, I love that. And you know what? For healthcare professionals, I think that translates really, really well, because you can't blame the nurse, right? If something goes bad, when the patient's family comes in, you cannot blame the nurse. It could have been fully the nurse, but, as the head of that department or head of that patient, plan, you're ultimately the one who's responsible. So that really goes into play. And I love when you talk about your zone of genius, right? Where is your, expertise? Where do your skills lie? Is it in, well, let me look at deals. Let me figure out, my financials and work with lenders, or figure out my 401k to get a down payment, or, your zone or your responsibility maybe to acquire that first property, and so spending time, in the weeds may not really be your best bet. So I love that, figuring out what's the most important thing that's going to move the needle, because most likely you have to do that, top tier level for your business. So I love that. And when you said that there are a lot of who's in the room, imagine, I looked at an SEO book once, I think a couple of years ago. I forgot what I was looking up. I opened it up and I just closed it right back up. I was like, yep, no.
Right. Not doing it.
Not for me, not for me. And I think that's okay. It gets to a point where I think a lot of us, we don't think it's okay. It's okay. It is okay, because not only is it a good idea to have an idea of what SEO is and what the ultimate, KPIs are. I just need to know these 4 things to know whether or not it's going well or if it's not going well. But ultimately leave it to the experts and those who have access to the experts like Mr. Mark Simpson, who can, give us, a runaround on SEO,
fast track you for sure.
Fast track you. Awesome.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's why we do this. We leave what we're doing, we start our business. And if you continually go down the route of trying to do everything and do the things you don't want to do, you're in a job. So you might as well just focus on your zone of excellence, like you're saying, and make this fun, because, you only get one chance at this. So you might as well make this fun. And while you're doing this business journey, focus on the things you want to do and find people that can do the things you don't want to do.
Agreed. And they're happy to do it. And we have an abundance mindset of that, of letting that money flow to the people that are in their zone of genius will actually bring way more money back to you. So it's like, release that, let it go, and you're going to get time, money, energy, all of it back. So that just have an abundance mindset when it comes to hiring that out. Because when you pay that person to either clean or do that contracting, you're not just paying that one person. That person is then going to go to a restaurant. They're going to go buy groceries. They're going to pay someone to do work. So I just think, have that mindset of letting that money release out and it'll come back, flowing back to you.
Oh, you just gave me the chills. I love it. I love it. And you thereby gain some time freedom as well. And you're helping, someone else to have an opportunity to be in their zone of genius, because you know what, just like you hate cleaning maybe, or you hate, putting down flooring, you hate SEO, somebody loves that stuff. Can you believe that? They actually love it. Like love it.
It comes natural to them. It's very natural. Right. Sure.
Yeah. And that really goes hand in hand again in the book, Who Not How. So guys, we are at the top of the hour. We were expecting a couple people, but there's been a few little kerfuffles with the tech gremlins, but it is all good. All in all, guys, if you have not signed up for this summit, what are you waiting for? This thing is going to be lit up. You're learning from leaders in the industry. This doesn't have to take forever. Again, you're getting front row seat to expertise. It doesn't have to cost a lot of money. It doesn't have to take forever. You're getting to see what they know. So please join us. I have no doubt that this summit will help you move the needle. You will be in the room with the best of the best. I did see a couple of comments or questions pop up. Michelle Higgs says, "What's up, Sarah and Annette?"
Hello.
Hello. She says, "Hi, so we're just starting. We do have our nice 2,400 square foot home, nice, with a pool, but we don't want to uproot family. Would you suggest arbitrage or sublease?" Michelle's coming in. She is coming all the way in. Come on, Michelle, tell us. Sarah and Annette, what do you guys think? Arbitrage, sublease? She doesn't want to uproot. They do have a home.
Right. I mean,
I guess I'm confused. So she wants to find someone to master lease her home, or she wants to get into it
and not use her personal home. I think that's what the question is. She wants to get in the short-term rental world, but doesn't want to have her family leave their property.
I see. I mean, I can only speak to what I know, which is traditional property management. So that is the route I would take. I love being a licensed real estate professional. I have referrals with other real estate professionals. I'm able to really operate. A lot of states require you to do that, which is why a lot of people pick rental arbitration because they want to kind of skirt around that. But that makes me nervous too, because if regulations change and all that money is to start that business coming out of your pocket. So I really think it depends on where you're at and what you're looking to do and how you want to scale. I'm not saying one's better, but the one that we've chosen is the property management route through a real estate license. And it's been really great and it's incredibly lucrative.
Yep. And then take those funds specifically from that, save those to buy your second property and maybe partner with someone on that property.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. So Michelle, there you have it. Michelle did follow up and said she wants to not use her personal home.
Okay.
So I think it's interesting. And that's why we have the experts in the room. Michelle was asking about two things, whether to buy or try to use her home. She wasn't sure, or to arbitrage. You all went in another direction. You're like, wait a minute. There is another option out there. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, people. There are other options out there that maybe we weren't thinking about. Let us expand our minds together because, oh my goodness, what a learning experience. That was awesome. So I have Madeline who says, hi, Gabriel who says, #zone of genius. Pew, pew, pew. That's right.
Like it.
Michelle also follows. She says, Annette and Sarah are great. I'm part of HB.
Oh, awesome. What's up, girl? We'll see you tonight. We're networking. We're networking later. Come on, bring it.
And it's done wonders for our short-term rental business. So she says HBMM. What's HBMM? Tell us about it.
Yeah. Go ahead, Sarah. Give it
so
to
if you head to, if it's okay, Rachel, thanks for visiting .me/workshop. This is where you can sign up for our next workshop. We educate you for about 45 minutes. We share tons of knowledge, and then we make you an offer at the end to join our private membership where we give you contracts and leases and knowledge,
all the
everything
knowledge,
that we've
all
done
the
to build
experts.
our 7-figure property management business. We give it all to you. And then it's not just like okay, good luck. We then meet 4 times a month to hash out issues because they will arise and perfect things. So,
but the biggest thing is it is a community. And if you are a host or a wannabe host, please, this is exactly what you want to do. You want to get in rooms with other hosts. This is so important. You need to connect with your community. And what's awesome is we are everywhere around the world and we're hosts. We love people coming into our homes. We love making friends. So that's one of the actions I would encourage everybody coming to the summit is pay attention to someone's, what's their Instagram handle, connect with them, DM them, make a hosting buddy. The community is very important and we can all, rise the tide together too.
Oh, so true. I would not be where I am today, guys, if I were not plugged into communities. So please give us that website again. Thanks for visiting for the masterclass.
Yeah. Thanks for visiting .me/workshop.
Yep.
Nice, guys. Definitely check that out. You got Annette and Sarah, they are always dropping the value. Yes. Super excited about that. And I know Mr. Mark Simpson, you had a crazy workshop the other day. And whenever we're in the room with you, it's like, okay, I'm back to school. I have homework tonight, which is so good, right? It moves the needles. Tell us a little bit about that. And if we're going to see anything like that anytime soon. It was a boot camp, right?
So what we did, well, I can't give too much away because what we talked about, I sort of cover in my little segment for the summit, but we basically took that 60 seconds and we put it into a week. And it was all for free. We had 900 people taking part, and we generated. I can't track every single cent that came in, but from what I could see, we had well into the 6 figures of direct bookings generated in 5 days, which is amazing. So it was awesome to see, and I think and this is why I'm so excited for the summit is that we just took one little idea, we panned it out over 5 days. I gave like the actual copy, everything that we needed to do. And we got everybody into a room and we had that accountability. So what I love about masterminds and communities and all of that, the main thing about it is that the reason why it works and the reason why Sarah and Nettie's work so well, and there's so many cool ones that I see, is that when you're trying to do this alone, like when I first started doing this in 2011, I was doing it by myself. There's no help or guidance anywhere. But now, instead of having to make all the mistakes, you can come into a community and as you're doing something, you can then jump into a Facebook group or a WhatsApp group or whatever it may be and just ask a question and get an answer back from somebody who's at that exact step or a step above, which is so crucial, so key. And I wished I had it, but the cool thing is now so many hosts are having that, and that's why HBMM is so cool. It's what Rachel's community is so cool, and I see so many others building and popping up around this sphere, which is awesome to see.
Love it. And what Mark's saying too, like you really can. And during your summit, even though there's 60 speakers, literally, I know that if you take one idea from one of the speakers, it can change your business. And I think when you go into a summit like this with an intention of like, I'm going to learn one thing to move the needle, you don't have to learn all the things. Don't stress out of trying to implement all of them. just implement one thing. Take those just one step at a time, inch by inch, instead of trying to swallow it whole. You gotta go slow and just do that one action. That's what I love about Mark. It's like, take this one action today and get after it.
Do you know what I've just realized? It's literally a month to the day that we were on that coffee tour in Nashville.
Wait,
It was
that was
literally-
months
it was-
ago?
It was a month
what the
ago. Yeah.
heck?
I was just checking my calendar then. It was the 6th of.
Wait,
6th
that's
of,
crazy. Time flies when you're
it
having fun.
was.
Feels like
Holy
yesterday.
smokes, that's crazy. Ah.
yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. And that's why time is precious. And so you do want to come to the summit. It's only 60 minutes. So we know Rachel made a very, she was dialed in there of like, time is really, really precious. So I love how you did condense it down and kind of forced everybody to be like, hey, what is that golden nugget that we can give in that 60 seconds?
Absolutely. And the gift that we want to give is just the reality, right? The reality that this is possible. You can do this, each nugget is so valuable. If you take it one step at a time, like Sarah was saying a little bit earlier, just one nugget, one powerful piece of insight, you take that and you say, I'm going to implement this today. I'm going to go ahead and give this a try. It really has the opportunity to change the trajectory of your life and of your business. And that was the point of this summit. And I'm just super, super excited. I cannot wait to get all of your questions answered. We do have some live networking opportunities there as well. Okay, I'm getting more comments. I have Mark is the bomb, always dropping knowledge. Facebook user says, the boot camp was epic, Mark. It was so helpful. I got $3,000 booking from that week using Mark's tips.
I got goosebumps. That's awesome. Love it. That's
I loved it.
amazing.
I'm definitely going to do it again. Maybe not September, maybe end of the year. I'm definitely going to do it again, 100%. So please make sure you all check it out.
It's awesome.
Awesome. Yes. Get on Mark's email list, follow him. He has a Facebook group. What's the name of your Facebook community, Mark?
The hospitality community. Yeah, please do go check it out. It's 7 years old, coming up to 7 years old.
Mark,
So
I
yeah,
didn't know
we started out with just 5 people, and those 5 people have grown. So yeah, it's 7 years old, showing up every day. I've literally been in it every single day for like the last 6 years. So it's a cool little community.
Okay, if you want to hang out with Mark, now you know where to find him. The hospitality Facebook group, the hospitality
community. Yeah, if you type in hospitality community, my British accent is destroying how to pronounce it. So like hospitality community, and yeah, it'll pop up. This is really cool. It's actually one of the most engaged groups on Facebook. I keep getting invites from Facebook to join this power admin group, but me and Facebook have this love-hate relationship. But but it is a really cool group. I love it. It's like, I think every business now, every single business, it is born and raised on a community feel behind it. Every single business that I see, and I include hospitality in this. If you can build your business around your guests, where your guests become your super fans, and however that looks, whether you create your own little Facebook group or your own little community, and they go out and tell other people about you, it's what was the massive catapult of our family business, massively, where we turned we called our guests the Grainerites. We actually gave them a name.
I love
and they
that.
went out and they talked about it. We created the hashtag Farmy, and like we built that around it. And I feel like the community is everything. And I would never, Boostly, I would not be here. I would not have had that amazing opportunity to go onto the stage at Nashville and talk if it wasn't for the community behind me pushing and sort of keeping me going forward. So yeah, I love it. So you create a community and then you create a business, which is exactly what we've done. I think we've all done. So, it's amazing to see.
And just to hear you translate it into the guests, though, I've never heard of that perspective. So my mind is completely blown right now. I'm going to have to marinate on that for a little bit, Mark. Oh, that's so good. So good. Well, guys, any final words before I let you all go and then let the other batch of speakers jump on here? Anything else?
I'm going to use a quote from Mark, one of his lines, but if you're listening to this and you've already bought your ticket, do you know anyone who needs a ticket to the summit? So be a friend and send the link to them. You like that, Mark? I'm paying attention. Do you know anyone who needs to be in the room?
Love that.
And I just want to congratulate everyone who is here and who did buy a ticket, because continuing education, you are a business owner or you want to be a business owner here. And so get ready. You have to educate yourself all the time. You never stop learning. You never stop improving. This is not a set it and forget it industry, no matter what anyone tells you. So congratulations on leveling up yourself and your business.
Yeah. And I guess the only thing I could say is, if you're thinking about $47 and you're thinking that's a little bit too much, well, think about how much beer you spent 2 days ago on July the 4th celebrations. Think about the fireworks that you set off and how much they cost you, and then compare it to literally this. And like
Education.
you said, education, 72 cents per speaker, and it's definitely worthwhile. And don't sleep on the VIP as well, because I can see that. I saw that. It looks really cool. So go and just get it done, and you can spend more time with us. So thank you for having me. Make sure you go follow every single one of these people that I'm around with now. So thank you. I am going to go.
Great seeing you, Mark.
Thank you.
I'm going to go get myself to bed.
So appreciate you guys. Thank you. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye.
All right. So long.
Ta-ta.
All right, guys. So thank you so much for those of you who jumped into this live with us. I really wanted to emphasize to everyone the caliber of experts and guests that we are having at this summit. Again, my promise to you is that the information you're going to get is no fluff. It is going to be actionable information. We're going to have 60 expert guests deliver 60 seconds each of expert information. This is years of condensed expertise, years of experience, all condensed down to 60 seconds. And that is for your viewing pleasure. It will be pre-recorded. We start next Tuesday, the 12th. Okay, so here's how the lay of the land is. We start next Tuesday, the 12th. You will have access to all of the expert guests. You can start listening to guests that are speaking about taxes. If you so desire, you can start listening to experts speaking about cleaning team and optimization of cleaning team. You can start listening to guests who are medical professionals, medical doctors, nurses, respiratory therapists who have launched their short-term rental and what it is that moved the needle from them from 0 to 1 and then beyond. Okay, so some of them are investing in condo properties, some are building on the beach, some have single family homes, some have luxury properties. So super excited for these guests that are going to impart upon us what it is that it takes to do the thing, because there's no more second guessing ourselves. Everything is figure outable. And so with that, I really want to jump in here and share my screen for a moment, just so that you can see what we have in store for you. If you have not purchased your ticket, please go to shorttermgems.com/summit or luxstrsummit.com. That's LUXE. strsummit.com. And I'm looking here and there because I've got my screen. Oh, let's see. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, so there you have it, guys. Again, this is the most powerful and the shortest short-term rental virtual summit. 60 expert guests, 60 minutes. There's no long Clubhouse intros, okay? So there's no time for fluff. You can definitely buy an all access ticket, but here's what I would encourage you to do. Go ahead and get the VIP ticket, because there are some key differences between the two. The all access pass has access to 15 days only for the content. It expires on July the 27th. However, the VIP will give you, 6-month access, 6-month access. I mean, think about that, right? And so you can kind of consume it at your own pace, but you only get 6 months, $107, guys. Again, how amazing is this? So definitely look at the VIP if you can swing that. But I do want us to go through and just look at some of the speakers, okay? And I did see them just, okay. So here you go. Here are the 60-second experts. I'd love for you to meet them if you haven't yet met. We have Alex, who's a respiratory therapist and also a luxury short-term rental investor. Alicia, she's a designer, and she has the most beautiful set of cabins that are in a rural area in New Mexico, and a phenomenal Instagram page where she is keeping us updated on that journey, which is absolutely awesome. We have Amber Williams from Price Labs. We've got Amanda Hahn, the tax strategist for Bigger Pockets. Brandon Turner. We have Amanda, the traveling realtor. We have Amy Powers, the master stager. And I'm looking over to the side because I do have a couple of experts that are going to be joining in momentarily, guys. So thank you for bearing with me. Let me go ahead and have my calendar open just in case. And I do want to see any questions that are coming in as well. So I'm going to put that over here. I got all the things going on, guys. So thank you for your patience. I love it. Okay, so there we go. Awesome. Annette and Sarah, thanks for visiting podcast. Oh my goodness, you guys just saw them. Annette, she's also a healthcare professional. She is a nurse and a hospitality expert. Bill Faith just threw the most epic live conference in STR history. Honestly, it was so good. And it was really catered towards individuals like you and me who are not necessarily, I would say, industry property manager experts, but we're more so of that mom and pop individual who launched our STR. Right? Avery Carl, my go-to for real estate agents. She has a brokerage called the Short Term Shop. Bart, he also does direct booking sites. Awesome. Annie Sloan. Now oh, you know what? I think her, oh my goodness, her subject header got swapped with Bill. So Bill Faith is Build STR Wealth Expert, and Annie Sloan is the Host Co CEO. Okay, so I just saw that. So Annie, she actually is an expert and she has a piece of software. I would call her an innovator in the space. Her software helps individuals like us set up our upselling store or our upselling package. So if we're going to sell, something within our unit, whether it's, fancy bottles of wine, or whether it's, something that the guest and that avatar for that particular location is looking for, well, she sets up an entire store. She has a business that will set up an entire store for you, and it's called the Host Co. I've seen, fancy snacks being upsold on there. Your early check-in, late checkouts can be sold in there. So it's almost a little bit more automated than having that conversation back and forth with the guest. Brandon Hall, the real estate CPA, we see him on Bigger Pockets often as well. Brenna Carls from the Mortgage Shop, super excited about her as well. She does a lot of education in the space. Chrissy Duncan Harris. Now she does travel nurse housing. She does a great job because she's leveraging alternative or unique properties. She uses mobile homes. I would call her the mobile home expert. And she, y'all, she's making a killing. I'm not even gonna lie. And next we have our doctors panel. Like this whole section right here are our doctors in the space. Dr. Chiagozi of Savvy Docs. We have Dr. Cooper. She does creative financing. Dr. Ozudi, he does multifamily syndication. So he's going to talk about the differences that he's seen between STRs and multifamily syndications, because he did go into STR as well. Dr. Parham, oh my goodness, she has a phenomenal community and she talks about, how to get your ROI back within year one. Doctors Pascal and Pascal, if you haven't seen them on social, oh my goodness, you are missing out, because here's the deal. They have been featured on Airbnb. Airbnb selected them to do a feature on them. The Discovery Channel, the Magnolia Network, their place is just absolutely beautiful. The Wildflower Cabin. They're both dentists out of California. Dr. Tim Pham, who's a part of our community, he is a pharmacist. Oh my goodness, Tim and his beautiful wife, Carolyn, had the most gorgeous little baby Chloe. She is just absolutely gorgeous. With their just jam-packed schedule, they were able to launch their short-term rental. And I'm going to look to the side to make sure that our speakers aren't coming on just yet. Oh my goodness. So super excited about that, because you know what? Everything is figure outable. You can totally do this, right? And that's the misconception that I want to get out of everyone's head, that I'm going to need to have all of the things in place in order to make it happen. And hang on. And so to debunk that, the point of the summit is in order to debunk that. Okay, Meredith has joined. Okay, let me see. It looks like Meredith is trying to join as well. Let me send her the right link. One second, guys. And thank you for bearing with me. Okay, let's see. One second. I'm trying to let Meredith in, so please bear with me. Okay, I think I've got it. Let me confirm, guys. That way we can make sure that our speakers, awesome, can make it in. Okay, I think I've got everyone. Okay, so with that being said, I love what Sarah and Annette had to say a little bit earlier when they mentioned, do you know anyone? Do you know anyone who hasn't purchased their ticket yet? Do you know anyone who is looking to get started and they just have not had the opportunity to get all the education, get all the learning that they need to move the needle, to get the confidence that they need? So do you know anyone? And if you do, definitely share the link to the summit. I will have the link linked in this conversation, but also if you share it, guess what? You will have an opportunity to win some amazing prizes. So we do have a giveaway that is coming up. The winner will win like a phenomenal package of all of this goodness. I just cannot wait to share it with you. So we'll be launching that in the next day or so, this super amazing giveaway rather. And so definitely stay tuned for that. The winner will be selected on July the 18th. So with that being said, I am going to let our next guest speaker in. Sage, I see you.
Hi, Rachel.
Hey girl, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. I am so excited. Let's see who's here with us. So guys, if you have not met Sage, I would love to introduce you to Sage. Sage has such a unique and innovative product in the short-term rental space, one that I had no idea existed prior to her sharing it with us. So Sage, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people and tell us a little bit about Minoan and what you're doing there.
I would love to. So I'm Sage. I lead the partnerships team at Minoan. I've been here for just about 2 years, and the company is only about 2.5 years old. So definitely newer to the short-term rental space, but very exciting stuff that we're working on. So a little bit about Minoan. We basically just believe that short-term rental hosts are creating incredible moments in their properties, and they probably don't even realize it for the most part. And we believe that they should be capitalizing on those moments. And so we believe that brands should be viewing these hosts and these properties as marketing partners, and that these properties are essentially showrooms for the hundreds of brands and items that they have in their space for guests to use. I mean, if you think about it, like that's the best way to experience a product, right? Having your guest in your property for 3 to 4 nights, sleeping on the mattress or using the soap and shampoo in the shower. And with that comes, different economics. And so what we've been able to do is go out and negotiate discounts on 200 different brands, brands like Article, Crate and Barrel, West Elm, Casper. I mean, I won't bore everyone with the long list. That they can get at steep discounts, manage the ordering all in one place so they don't have to buy from Crate and Barrel and then buy from Casper and then buy from Parachute. To simplify that process, of course, save while doing so. We manage all the customer service elements. And then one of my favorite components about what we do is we then turn the property into a shoppable experience. So Rachel, using your background behind you, if I like that little fig, I think it's called a fig plant. I don't have a green thumb. So if that's not the right name, fiddle, I got the F right. So the fiddle plant behind you, and I wanted to buy it for my own space, we create a custom website where I could go in as a guest and say, oh, I love that plant. I want that for my apartment back home. I, as the guest, could buy it. Minoan takes care of all of the routing, sending the orders to the guest. And then you, as the host, earns a commission on anything that sells. So it's really, helping properties think about their spaces in a different way, help them save money on everything they need to furnish their space, and then really use it as a marketing channel and kind of a value add and unique twist on the guest experience, for people coming to stay at their properties.
I love that. And so Sage had the opportunity to come into our community and demo some of this, because one of the things that I was kind of nervous about was, well, is it going to look all tacky and like, just really low quality? And what I loved is that everything that she shared with us, there was such a nice, sleek, high-end look and feel to it. And that's really important, especially when you're trying to curate an experience that, is one where individuals are coming to relax and just kind of, get that restorative rest or even reconnect with one another as family or reconnect with nature. The last thing you want is price tag this, price tag that, price tag this. So the whole visual there, or the creative, was like this metallic looking, very nice, QR code situation. I was like, okay, this is next level. And then when you go on to the online, the landing page, showcases, the good, beautiful layout of the property. And then you can then go in and shop. So I appreciate that, because all of that is part of the guest experience. Above all, we want the guest experience to be great. And so if we can, generate a little bit of side revenue from that as well, I mean, why not? These are high quality products, high quality stores that you have partnered with, which is just absolutely amazing.
I appreciate that. Yeah, it's important for us to make sure that we don't sacrifice the sanctity of the guest stay, right? It's really important that they shouldn't feel like they're walking into a store. So there aren't, to your point, price tags hanging from everything. It's a really native experience. And my background, our founder's background, and most of our team came from the world of retail and e-commerce. And so we're really particular about the way that we merchandise the experience to make sure that it does feel, a part of their stay, and that it's not something that interferes with it. So definitely something that we've had a big focus on. And, we just believe that the moments are really valuable in these spaces. And we just want to connect, the hosts to products at good discounts, make it super easy. Because I know that can be quite time consuming. And of course, then bring it full circle with the guests and allow them to easily learn more about the awesome products that the host or designer took a lot of time and money to pick out. So it's really fun for us to kind of bring all of that together and really help bring these spaces to life.
Awesome. Awesome. So guys, today, for those of you who are just joining us, we have Sage Nathan from Minoan here with us. And the reason she's here with us is she gets a chance to kind of introduce herself to our community because she's one of our 60 expert guests. And what does that mean? She only has 60 seconds to impart upon you the deep knowledge that she has about the industry, her expertise, all of that. She's going to have to compress all of that retail knowledge as it relates to short-term rentals in 60 seconds. So she will not have the chance to really introduce herself. And so that's why really, Sage, we're having these 10-minute previews, just to give the audience an opportunity for those intros and to answer a few questions. And so super excited to have you here with us because again, this is, I learned about Minoan just a few months ago. This isn't something that we as hosts come into the gate thinking about, right? But you're absolutely right. There are so many eyeballs on our spaces week after week after week. And if there's an opportunity to monetize that while serving the guests, then well, why not? Why not? And helping the brands, that we know and we love to continue to grow and flourish. Well, why not? So Sage, this is such a nuts idea, 60 expert guest, 60 seconds. I'm like, oh, this is going to be easy. I'm going to throw this thing together. Oh my goodness. It's like the hardest 60 seconds I had to.
Oh, I can imagine.
Record myself. I know you had a couple.
I took a couple takes. Yep.
I know. And so I say this is kind of a nod to, the fact that we have shorter attention spans. My community of healthcare professionals, they just need the information, right? Yep. Kick the fluff, ditch the fluff to the side. They need the information so that they can take action and move forward and not, just overanalyze or continue to overanalyze. I want them moving the needle this year. So I've broken the summit down into 4 sections, everything related to revenue, money, taxes, revenue management, all of that. Marketing is another segment, management, design and inspiration. And these are all experts in these different segments that will be giving us actionable steps. $47 all access pass for 60 experts, like less than $1 per expert. $107 for the VIP access, and an opportunity with the VIP access to network with some of these expert guests, which I think is just absolutely awesome. So what do you think? Is this nuts or what do you think? It's going to be well received?
I think it's fantastic. I mean, I can imagine it's been a lot of work for you and the team putting this together, but I mean, these are some heavy hitters. I'm completely excluding myself from the category for a moment to just tip my hat to the people that you've gotten involved in this. I mean, people who were at the conference in Nashville that we were at just a few weeks ago, people, who are really, really well known in the space and looked up to by hosts, by companies like Minoan. And so being able to have access to them in a tangible way where you're not having to spend thousands of dollars, and traveling to another state, you can just get it in the comfort of your own home, and just really quick, actionable steps, like you mentioned, I think is important and honestly needed in this industry because of how time strapped people are. So I think it's fantastic. I'm really excited to be a part of it. And thank you for putting this all together. Yeah, I think it's incredible.
Thank you. And thank you for mentioning that. So guys, Sage just mentioned the lineup. Have you seen this lineup? Oh my goodness. Just absolutely amazing individuals in the space, whether they're innovators like, Minoan, or operators or medical professionals who have just launched, who can give us the insights of what it takes to move the needle. Who does it take to be on their team in order to move the needle to make it happen? Because everything is figure outable and you don't have to do it yourself, right? There are others that are here and willing to help and willing to, share with you information that you need to just make that move. You do not want to miss this, guys. You absolutely do not want to miss this. I think it's going to be just epic. Let me stop sharing real quick. Just an epic summit. And I think it's definitely going to provide a lot of value, at least get us started, right? Some individuals are asking, well, I don't know what I don't know. I don't know what I don't know, right? And so this is how you get to know what you don't know, because I really pride myself in grabbing different individuals within my network who are experts in different areas so that you can see what's out there, you can see what's possible, and just get all of those questions that you have in the back of your head answered so that you can move forward. So
Yeah.
again, thank you. Thank you, Sage. Any final words before I let you go? I'm getting and everything.
Just thank you for putting this together. It's incredible to be a part of it. And I'm excited to, see everyone who tunes in to the summit. We'll be there. So again, thanks for having us. Excited to be able to have this opportunity and, hopefully help hosts change the way that they think about the monetization of their space and really understand the value that they're creating. So looking forward to it for sure.
There you have it, guys. So this is a whole other approach. This is a whole other potential revenue stream. If you set up your, space in a high quality manner, you definitely have an opportunity to create and generate more revenue, which is absolutely awesome. We have a few comments here. We have a thank you from Facebook user. You are quite welcome. Emmanuel, welcome. I don't think we've met Emmanuel, but welcome to you. Emmanuel says, this is awesome, right? It is awesome. I am super, super stoked. So thank you so much, Sage, for joining us. I think we have Meredith joining next. It's kind of like Rachel. One of these round robin situations, or it might be Amanda. Yes, Amanda is going to be joining next. So thank you, Sage. And you have a good one. I appreciate you.
Thanks, you too. All right, see ya.
All right, bye-bye for now. Okay, guys, there you have it. A whole other revenue stream with short-term rentals. Like, are you kidding me? You've got to be kidding me right now. So this is what we're bringing to you. We're not just going to be bringing to you the fluff and all that information that's regurgitated on Google, right? I know we all Google things sometimes, but we want to bring to you innovative methodologies to running your short-term rental, because I truly, truly believe that one piece of insight that you get from the summit has the ability to transform your entire world, has the ability to transform your entire business. We have 60 experts, right? One of these experts are going to hit the chord with you, right? So I anticipate we will have your questions answered. Okay. And these answers are not coming from Joe on the street or my uncle who's never ran a short-term rental. You know how we tap on, loved ones and ask them for some of their opinion, and they're not quite the most qualified to answer those questions. So these questions can be asked, and the answers are going to be coming from these highly successful short-term rental professionals who are actually currently crushing it. And I mean, crushing it in this industry. I gave you a tour of the lineup. The lineup is just going to be absolutely on fire. For those of you who are burnt out medical professionals and you just want to find a way to create this extra revenue stream, this is a viable option. Come and join us for this short-term rental summit. You get to see the success stories of individuals who have made that leap from working full-time, overtime, all the time in medicine to generating revenue from their short-term rental. I remember we just had Tim on a one-on-one interview just a few weeks ago. He purchased a condo in Panama City Beach, and within just 2 weeks, they had generated $8,000 on a one-bedroom condo. I mean, $8,000 in bookings. I mean, healthcare, yes, you get paid very well, but at the same time, those hours, you're trading a lot of those hours that you have in your day for those dollars that you're making. And we know what Warren Buffett says. He says, if you do not find a way to make your money work for you or to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Okay. So initially, when we started off, we had to pay off student loans, and we worked extra hours. We worked extra shifts. We worked all the time to pay the student loans off. Had I understood the power of short-term rentals, guys, I would not have worked so many hours. I would have found some type of balance in my life and then invested to get started. Because honestly, trading your hours for dollars, I mean, you can get more dollars. Money is infinite. I'm going to put it out there. That's what I believe. Money is infinite. However, time is not. That is time that is lost, time that I could have spent with my kiddos who are now teenage, one is a teenager, one is a preteen. That is time that has been lost, and I will never get that time again. And it's now just playing catch up, trying to regain some of that time. So there are individuals in this industry, in healthcare and other professional fields who are doing this, who are totally crushing it as well. We have engineers in our community. I know I focus on medical professions because that's how I roll. That's what I do. But of course, we are so relatable to so many other individuals who are actually looking for a way out. Burnout is not only reserved to healthcare. Okay, so I want to make that clear. If you're not in healthcare, of course you can join us. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely join us. But again, we're cutting to the fluff because learning from these leaders in the short-term rental industry does not have to take forever. Okay. What this summit is promising you is front row access, guys. I want you to have front row access to all of these individuals, some of which are very close friends of mine. Okay. You don't have to go and make new friends to figure this short-term rental situation out. I've got you covered. Okay. And I want you to have front row access to these individuals. Okay. And to get that, all you need to do is sign up, $47 or $107. And if you can't swing it, guys, guess what? I got you covered. Slide into my DM and I got you covered. Yes, Emmanuel, I am speaking to you. Yes, absolutely. Just so honored that you're here with us and just hanging out with us. Would love, love, love to meet you. I don't think we have met, but just super excited that you're here. Let me know if you got your ticket yet to the summit. And if you have not, what are you waiting for? No pressure, right? No pressure, but just super excited, guys. Definitely share with a friend. Let your people know what's going on. There's no stingy energy here, right? I've heard that from, let me tell you who coined it, the BOB guys on Clubhouse. There is no stingy energy here. It is all about sharing is caring, and just what to expect from the summit, guys. The vast majority is going to be pre-recorded. It's virtual. You're going to have replays, okay? So that if you are a busy professional like many, you can then listen to it at your own leisure within the time period that you have purchased, within the time period that's allotted for the ticket type, okay? So if you have all access ticket, you have 15 days access for the all access. If you have VIP, you have 6-month access to the content, and you can listen to all of the replays. It is a virtual summit, but we do have live networking sessions, some of which will be some of it will be recorded. There will be live, but we can record it. So if you can't make it that night, don't worry, we got you covered, okay? So we have a live keynote that's happening on Tuesday night. We have 2 networking sessions that are occurring as well, one of which for all of the summit attendees, we're gonna have breakout rooms. You're gonna get to meet up with some of the attendees, find out where they are in their short-term rental journey, what they're up to, where their struggles, what are the bottlenecks, that way you can reconnect with them at a later date if it is a good fit. Of course, we have networking also with the summit experts, the 60 expert guests. You get to network with them, guys. You get to have this, go into deeper conversation with them, because we're going to have breakout sessions there as well. So there will be live Q&A within those networking sessions. So I'm just super, super excited about that. And we also have a couple keynote presentations, a couple of those nights, and some surprises as well. So I think this is going to be like such an epic summit, the most amazing, most powerful summit of the year. Again, it is virtual. You can listen from the comfort of your own home. Definitely look at buying a ticket. You have the link there, luxstrsummit.com, luxstrsummit.com. I see that. Oh my goodness, Mark is commenting in here as well. Mark says, Sage. I love it. Yes, Sage is with us as well. And I know it's going to be Mark's bedtime shortly. And I do know we have Amanda Hahn. Now, Amanda Hahn, our next guest speaker, Amanda is one of the tax strategists for Brandon Turner, who is the Bigger Pockets celebrity. So I am looking to see where she is in the process. Okay, right before then. Okay, so she is going to be jumping on in just a few minutes. Okay, awesome. Let me respond to her. Yes. Here is the link. Here's the link. All righty, so there we go. Okay, so guys, if you're ready to nerd out with, awesome. If you're ready to nerd out with Amanda Hahn, yeah, she is going to be here with us momentarily in the next about 8 or 9 minutes or so. So, oh my goodness, I cannot wait to have her with us, because you know what? She deals with a lot of individuals who are looking for a way to leverage, tax benefits with short-term rentals. And short-term rentals really are like the secret, I think one of the best kept secret for those who are, higher income earners and the realist, in their professions. A lot of docs, a lot of, top tier engineers are the clients that she gets to serve. And I am just really, really excited to have her as well. Okay, 1 second. I am getting a few messages. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to forward this really, really quick. You guys are watching it live, so you get to see me go through all the things. But yes, let's go ahead. We're going to have Amanda join us in just a few minutes, and then we're going to wrap up for today. So today you had the opportunity to meet Mark Simpson of Boostly, Annette and Sarah from Thanks for Visiting. How awesome were those interviews a little bit earlier, getting to connect with them live. Next, we had Sage Nathan from Minoan. Super excited to have her as well. And last but not least, we will have Amanda Hahn from Bigger Pockets. So while we wait for Amanda, let me just give you a little bit more insight, but feel free, guys, always, when I'm on here, do not hesitate to drop any questions that you have in the chat, and I go back and forth, and I just kind of go back and forth, and I have a look there. Okay, so here's the deal. The summit starts on July the 12th, and that entire week from 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, from the 12th through the 16th, we have activities that are ongoing for that week, okay? Or from the 12th to the 15th, we have ongoing activities, whether it's networking sessions with other summit attendees or networking sessions with, oh, there's Amanda, with the 60-second experts. We also have different keynotes that are happening during that week as well. And of course, you get access to all of the content from the 60-second experts during that week. If you are an all access pass holder, you get access to those individuals for 15 days. However, if you are a VIP ticket holder, you get access for 6 months. So super, super stoked. And now I see Amanda. Amanda, welcome.
Hi, Rachel.
Hello.
How are you?
Oh, I'm good. So good to see you.
Yay. I'm so excited to be here.
I know. Oh my goodness. And I'm just so grateful. I've been a fangirl of yours for years. I don't think I've ever gotten a chance to tell you that. And I've cyber stalked you quite a bit. So I am just so grateful that you're a part of the summit. And, and you provided so much value. And it's insane because 60 seconds, right? 60 seconds, you would think that maybe it's not going to have value. Maybe no one's going to get any takeaways. But what I found is every single speaker had to dial it down to what is the one important thing that I need people to know about? What is the one thing that I often see missed, or what's the one biggest mistake or pitfall that I want someone to avoid? And that's the content that we have. It is just so rich, Amanda. I'm just floored. I feel so grateful for this top tier set of 60-second experts. It's just amazing. I'm going to let you introduce yourself and you tell us a little bit about you.
Oh my gosh, thank you. I'm so excited to be here, guys. My name's Amanda Hahn, and I'm a CPA. And my passion in our firm, what we do is we help real estate investors to save taxes using real estate as part of their portfolio. And if you listen to my 60-minute section, you'll know why short-term rental is one of the hottest things in the market. And it's one of the favorite investment classes that I push a lot of our investor clients to, especially those who have high income, high W-2 jobs, or maybe if you're married, both spouses working full time. It's really a great way to get around this limitation of being able to use all these wonderful real estate benefits to offset your earned income, like from a W-2 or a business. And I think you're absolutely right, Rachel. I didn't know how hard it would be for me to do a 60-second. So just some insider information. I actually had COVID when I did that recording. It was the day after I found I had COVID, but we had to get the information in. So if you watch the video, I sound a little bit different than what I do now.
Oh, and I'm so glad you're recovering. You look great. You sound great. Oh my goodness. I did not know.
Yes.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, this will be super quick, right? 60 seconds. I just do it. And it was like 30 minutes later. I'm like, what do I want to say? I can't cut it down. I have too much to say.
Oh, I'm with you. And you should see, I think Valerie, she posted on social, she had like 13 takes. And it's like, yes, and I went into it. Oh, this is going to be so easy for me and my speakers. I want it to be super easy. Oh my goodness, this was a little bit more of a challenge than I expected, but it's so good. It turned out so good. And so what I want to share with, the individuals is, stop wondering, what if I don't know what I don't know? And this summit is going to be epic because it's going to have everything you need to know in it, in terms of it's going to touch it, right? You're going to see, oh, that's what I didn't, think about. Oh, that's what I think. Oh, that's what I was wondering about. Okay, so this is the direction I may need to go to get more information, but it definitely gives you those gems of all of the aspects of short-term rental hosting and operate, everything from acquisition to, risk mitigation, to taxes, to design, to how to manage the property after the fact, revenue managers. Am I going to manage it, or others going to manage it? Because I'm catering to docs like myself, but of course, everyone can definitely leverage this information. They get to see that, okay, there are significant enough tax savings that is worth your while to explore. But then there are doctors who are also doing it, and they found ways to leverage other people's talents and expertise. And it's worthwhile to pay for that because you're getting your time back. And so what's going to help you move the needle? Who do you need on your team to really come, beside you to help you out? Because part of it is that self-managing is where you're going to get that, the most tax benefits. So super excited about that.
Yeah. I mean, we have seen, just for myself personally, I've seen so many investors, even, physicians, people in the medical industry specifically, who slash their taxes by very significant dollar amounts, specifically with short-term rentals. And we've seen a lot of investors where they decide to stop working, like you, right? Just stop working because they are realizing that they can make the same amount of money after taxes by not working. And just being strategic about how they invest and what they're doing during the year to capture. So, you have people who are paying, $100,000, $200,000 in taxes to paying no taxes, right? It's really life-changing.
Oh, it sure is. And I remember when I did my dance, my taxes were $14,000, where I was like, yes, I thought I had won the lotto, because that was the lowest it had been in a few years. And then to being on the other side of that with short-term rentals, it's like, oh my goodness, a life changer. And I've heard it said, and maybe you know the mantra, but it's really the taxes that can move that needle. It's not how much money you earn, it's how much you get to keep. And having a tax strategy is the part where I don't think we're talking enough about. We think about taxes after the fact, April the 17th or May, if it's extended a little bit. But the year prior, if you have a plan or a strategy in place, there's no guessing anymore, right?
Yeah, it's funny. I was just talking to someone the other day. I was telling my friend, actually, I said, hey, I'm not going to be able to meet you guys. I'm doing a podcast. And they said, who's talking about taxes in, July or June? You're like 6 months too early. And I said, no, we're 6 months late. We should be talking about, if you're really proactive, you start planning early in the year. So, this year, what are all the things I'm going to do to make sure I save on taxes? But right now it's still very early in the year, right? You still have the rest of this year to do planning. And if short-term rental is the space you want to be in, you have to understand the basics of the tax. I mean, you don't have to become a CPA by any means, but you need to understand some of the basics. Because I think like you were saying, Rachel, it is definitely life-changing, and you don't want to leave all that money on the table, right? It's the short-term rental is it's not only a great cash flow and appreciation play, which it definitely is, but also the significant tax savings is sort of the huge cherry on top that you want to make sure you utilize.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I love about a lot of our physicians, they're so savvy. They'll slip in before December and we'll hurry up and get a property and we'll get all of our hours of material participation. But this is the year that bonus depreciation of 100% ends, right? And now we're going to reduce it down to 80%. Is that true, Amanda?
Exactly.
Or is that false? Okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's true. Now there are talks that might change. They might extend it, but we can only work with what we know now, which for sure we know right now is 100%. So definitely important to utilize that. And short-term rentals investors, there's so much to write off, that are eligible for bonus depreciation. And I know sometimes people say, when you talk about these losses, I don't really want to lose money, but no, we're talking about a lot of cash flow and just tax losses. These are losses we are strategically creating to save taxes, right? So you're actually making money, but you're showing losses on the return to get that big tax benefit.
Yeah. And it's going to be, if you're waiting till April of next year, well, you would have missed that window to make that purchase, to gather that material participation, to do all the things. So having a plan ahead of time, guys, is in your favor. Definitely check out the summit. Like I said, Amanda, the summit has 60 experts. It's $47 for all access pass. Can you imagine?
It's crazy. Yeah, it's really crazy. And I don't even know how you came up with this concept of 60 minutes. But it's really brilliant. Like, for me, if you want to learn about short-term rental or tax saving strategies, you can read my book, right? But that's like hundreds of pages. And like you said, I took the 60 seconds, like, okay, what's the one thing I really want people to know about short-term rental and tax savings? It's like that one golden nugget. So the fact that you have brought in all these different people to talk about different aspects of it was really amazing.
Oh, I thank you. Well, what I'm noticing, and I actually was in another membership where I saw a coach who did something similar for marketing, and what it is a nod to, and Mark Simpson, the Direct Booking Show gentleman, he said that the Generation Z, I believe, as of last month or something, they identified that their consumption of YouTube versus TikTok was flip-flop for the first time in history. So the short form, they consume more of that than YouTube. And so the fact that individuals are consuming more of this short form, you kind of have to get their attention, give them the message, move on, as opposed to the long form, where if they are then engaged, they can go back and say, okay, let me consume more, but give them a quick win or a quick, thought or an insight or just a light bulb, right?
Yeah.
Immediately. And that's the short attention span syndrome. My kids have a short attention span too. So it's like, that's what's going on right now. And that's where this came from. And I wanted it to be something where my physicians, they don't have a lot of time. You usually go to these conferences and they're great. And it's like an hour and a half of introductions. If you like accumulate it all, and it's like, we're introducing them for an hour. They got this accolade in 1992. They got the gold medal and they got None of that. And that's why we're here today, because I want people to get to know you, because they're not going to get to hear all of the good stuff, as far as your background in the summit. You're giving just no fluff action. This is the number one thing you need to know. This is the action you're going to want to take. And that's it,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even know if I said my name.
So the beauty of it is the whole platform, your name, your actual ebook that you shared is at the bottom, your social, all of that is there. Your whole bio is going to be right there next to your video, your whole transcript of you speaking. And something I'm proud about is, I wanted to be accessible for those who have hearing, a difference in hearing. And so they can read, the transcripts as they go along, the captions there, but they can also read just the static transcript, which is something that in my less than a year of doing teaching, a couple of people came to me and said, your webinar seems great, but I can't hear. And I was like, oh, okay, let me figure out how to solve that. And so I'm really excited about that. So that's a sidebar. But anyway.
Awesome. Well, just so you know, I am currently finishing up an ebook on short-term rental tax strategies. And as soon as it's done, I'm just doing the final, proofreading, making it beautiful. As soon as it's done and I have it on my website, I'll let you know. And then you can also link that as well.
I would love to. Yes.
But I mean, $49, it's amazing. I would venture to say if anyone who is investing in short-term rentals and not saving at least 10, 15, maybe even $20,000 in taxes, I would be shocked, right? I think those are kind of the minimum threshold in terms of cash saved on taxes. And yeah, I mean, to pay $49 to learn that and just so much other stuff is really amazing.
Oh, you're absolutely right. And I have students in the program, 110K, 150K saved on taxes. And it's life. I mean, that's life changing year over year, right? If you can rinse and repeat that year after year, it's life changing and it helps you to continue to reinvest. So Amanda, again, thank you, thank you, thank you. I look forward to you being a part of this summit. It's going to be absolutely awesome. It is next week. I'm calling it the most powerful summit because I think it's going to give all of us who are, W-2 workers exposure to all of the aspects of short-term rentals and give us some action steps, things that we need to take into consideration, some of the important things that we need to know so that we can move the needle and stop wondering, well, what if this happens? Or what if I don't know? Well, guess what? Yes, that is the reality of it, but there's a way to figure out, the path forward from it because everything is figure outable, folks. Everything is figure outable. We can do this together. And I'm just so blessed and grateful to have you, Amanda, as a part of this as well.
Yes, thank you so much for including me. Super excited for next week.
Well, you have a good one and I cannot wait to see you next week.
All right, bye.
Goodbye for now.